And now we have Cermati.com CEO Andy Kusnandar here with us. So Andy, thank you for being here.
Pleasure to be here as well.
Okay, Andy, first of all, how do you see the market or the potential users here in this country?
So Indonesia as a market has massive potential, right? So we are talking about 250 million people in Indonesia. About 35% right now are online. So we see it as from the internet industry as a massive, it has massive potential. From the financial sector perspective, as it mentioned earlier, Indonesia has long way to go in terms of the growth of the number of financial products that people have, and even like what you said earlier, the financial literacy itself has long way to go as well. So we see that internet as a way to bridge the gap or accelerate the growth for Indonesians to learn about financial products, about managing their money, and how to actually, and we believe that as people understand how to manage their money, they can grow their earning potential, they can grow their standard of living as well.
So in terms of speaking about literacy,
right.
and it's been about a year for Cermati.com here in Indonesia.
Right.
So what were your findings when you start this company?
So for us, we experience very good growth. So we have we launched in April 2015. Right now we have well over 1 million visitors a month, which is amazing growth. And from our perspective, we are amazed with the interest of Indonesian of learning about various type of financial related information.
So how did you build the awareness to those people?
So for us, it's all about building amazing content about financial products, about basic stuff like how to manage your money, how to manage. So we write a lot of content, basic content like tips how to save money, how to save your electricity, how to right now during the Ramadan period, one of the best content that we have right now is actually how to save. Yeah, how to manage your THR.
THR,
which
okay.
Which is fairly popular right now.
Yeah, but based on the IDX, like speaking about literacy is a big issue here still in Indonesia. Even most of the people here are not bankable. But what kind of issue did you get mostly, not only in Ramadan, but in the long run, did you get from the users?
From the users, actually there are a couple things, right? So one of them is actually about they're not super familiar with the financial products, how to apply for the products, what is this fee and what is that fee. Sometimes they're not sure how to fill up the applications. Those are the type of things that the questions that we receive every day, right?
And based on your data, most of them are students or like housewives. What kind of profile did you get?
Right. So most of our visitors are actually people during their productive age, like 20 plus years old. We don't have a lot of students on our site, or housewife definitely.
All right. Okay. And in terms of the products itself, what are the most attractive products that people used to, like ask questions about?
Well, so we get a lot of questions about the content that we write. Definitely, we get a lot of questions about loans product, about auto loans, credit motor, for example, is very popular. So credit card as well. So those are a couple big buckets that we receive.
And how far do you support them?
So we try to support them as much as possible in the sense of we get a lot of questions every day, and we try to answer as much as we can, and we try to handhold our customer as much as we can from the filling up the applications until the applications are being approved.
And if we see the case here in the country, the case of illegal investments, or we call it like investasi bodong in Indonesia.
Got it.
Do you get questions like that from the users?
Right. So we investasi bodong is an interesting topic, right? So we actually write an article about how do you spot investasi bodong, right? So how do you figure out if this investment actually makes sense or not? So we actually have a lot of reader for that particular content as well. So for me, I think the way we can help our Indonesian is that, hey, this is how you can actually spot them, right? So because if you looked at it for us, for example, oh yeah, so this thing doesn't make sense, right? For certain people, they don't quite know if it makes sense or not.
So what's the outlook for you, especially for the cermati.com? Especially when I read the article, you hired like most of the people that have more than 12 years experience in terms of like apps or web. So what kind of outlook or target do you want for the company?
Yeah. So in terms of outlook, so we actually are hiring across the board. Obviously, we are hiring on the tech side, we are hiring on the product side, financial product side, we are writing on the hiring on the our operation team, we are hiring across the board. So we still have a lot of work to do in terms of growing our businesses. Like I mentioned earlier, the business potential is amazing. We need to execute and grow our business.
Any specific target do you have in mind in terms of 2016, for example?
2016. Yeah. So for us, in 2016, we still have open headcount at about 30 headcount right now. So we wanted to fill it up.
Okay, and then in terms of challenges now, is there any regulations that need to be created in terms of boosting this type of businesses in Indonesia?
Yeah, regulation. Indonesia has, from our perspective, so the e-commerce right now, the regulation is still moving, right? So from businesses like online businesses like us, what we want is regulation that are stable, right? So where we can actually, oh yeah, that's the regulation, that's great.
They're not keep changing,
right? So as long as the regulation is fixed, whatever it meant, we will support it, right? Because I'm sure the government are working to set up regulation that can support businesses.
All right. So thank you so much, Andy Kusnada, for being here in the marketplace, and all the success for the cermati.com.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.